Okay, we're talking today with RCA recording artist Steve Wariner. And Steve, I guess a good place to start now. You've had the three main hits by now in your memory, and of course you're having a lot of success right now with the newest one, All Roads Lead to You. I guess the main question would be, did you have any songs that were out before that?
Yeah, I had, I guess about 4 or 5 records out before Your Memory, which is my first pretty good record, pretty good hit. I'd had out about 4 records that Chet Atkins produced, 4 or 5 I think. Again, it's easy to lose track after, after a while, but Chet Atkins, of course, signed me to RCA and produced my first few records, and they weren't, they were steadily doing better and better on the charts, but they weren't what we thought they should be. So Chet called me in his office one day and told me that he wanted me to go with another producer, which about, I couldn't believe, coming from Chet Atkins, even saying he don't want to produce me anymore, But, so I realized that he knew what he was talking about, and we were kind of spinning our wheels. So he got me connected with Tom Collins, who's now producing me, and he produces Sylvia, and Ronnie Millsap, Barbara Mandrell.
Okay.
But so I went with Tom, and we had out The Easy Part's Over was our first record, and it went top 40. And the next one was Your Memory, and By Now, and then All Roads.
And the rest is history.
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay. How did you get your start in the world of music, more or less?
Well, I got started by playing, actually, in the family. My parents played music, or did. All my brothers, my sister, everybody, a real musical family. I just raised up in it, more or less. And, of course, all through junior high and high school, I was playing in bands. My dad had bands at that time, and I used to play out with him. So I met Dottie West one night when I was in high school. I met her at a nightclub over on the west side of Indianapolis. And the guys in the house band got me up to sing. While I was singing, Dottie came on stage, was singing along with me, and shocked me, I never even met her before,
That must have been quite a thrill.
It was, and so after that night, she asked me if I wanted to join her band, and I told her that I would love to, but I had to wait till the semester break, and I arranged it with my school, and I took a half a credit of government, which is all I needed to graduate, and I took that as a correspondence course, and graduated on the road. I stayed with Dottie about 3 years playing bass for her. That's a real good experience. That was my college, I guess.
Okay, well, that sounds real good. Do you try to pattern yourself after any other artists, or do you try to do your own thing, basically?
More or less, I try to just be myself. I used to try to copy, or not copy, but I used to really admire a couple other artists. Glenn Campbell's always been a big favorite of mine, and I used to try to sing like him and just pattern myself after him years ago, but I don't do that anymore. I've realized that, you have to be your own self, no matter what people want you to be, you got to be yourself. Nobody wants another Glenn Campbell. A lot of people, there's a lot of Merle Haggard imitators, I think, Lefty Frizzell imitators, but I don't think, you can do that and be successful. You have to be your own self. Those artists, I think that's what's made them so big,
Alrighty, that sounds real good. Steve, what are you going to be doing? Any? With the music you're recording? Do you try to branch off and get on? Because a lot of country artists nowadays are trying to switch over onto the rock charts. Are you going to be looking forward to anything like that, or are you just trying to stay with the country right now?
Well, I think we're just trying to stay with what we're into, contemporary country. We're just trying to go in and make the best records we can. And if they happen to appeal to, the pop charts or anybody else, that's okay too. But we're not going for that specifically. I believe in doing, exactly what I'm doing, country music. It's pretty well polished and uptown these days, I think. But
well, you do it real well.
Yeah, thank you. That's real contemporary, but I think that's what's selling these days. That's what people want. And so I think we'll just continue, trying to stay with the country market,
All right, let's hear it for country. Our fans are gonna love that. Is there anything in the future now for you as far as the television goes?
Well, we've got a bunch of stuff recorded that's on tape. You know, hasn't aired yet. We did Hee Haw, which will be out in March, I think, or be aired in March. We did a Don Kirshner Productions special for them called Country Jamboree. I don't know the air date on that, but it's the host is T.G. Shepard, and Mickey Gilley, Johnny Lee, Conway Twitty, myself, Terry Gibbs, a whole bunch of people will be on that. And I just did Solid Gold recently, and of course I bought a Mandrell show right before Christmas. So we on the TV as much as we can, get all exposure we can do.
Any comments on the Solid Gold dancers, Steve?
Well, there's not much to say. You know, they kind of speak for themselves. It's hard to concentrate on singing, I know that.
Okay. Well, Steve, are you going to be heading back into the studio at all? Do you have any album or anything that's going to be coming out?
Well, I have an album coming out in March. It'll be out in the middle of March. It was supposed to be out in January, and it was postponed because we wanted to get back in the studio and record a couple more songs, which we did last week. And so these new songs are going to be on the album, and then I'll have a new single coming out pretty soon. So the album will be out in March.
Okay, well, I'll be looking forward to that.
Great.
Well, Steve, thanks a lot for talking to us today. We really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, Mark. Thank you.
And lots of luck to you in the future.
I appreciate it.
Alrighty. Can I...
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. This is Steve Wariner, and you're listening to K Country, KTWN AM 1470.